Hello everyone, welcome back again to Liverpool Report today. We've got the latest updates on our beloved club Liverpool. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of Liverpool Report news. Let's get started. Arneslot is planning to spend the bank holiday in Holland, even if Liverpool are confirmed as Premier League champions on Sunday. The Merseysiders can clinch the title with 5 games to spare if Arsenal lose at Ipswich and the Reds win at relegation-threatened Leicester. It would take them level with Manchester United's record of 20 league championships. But Slot insists he hasn't even thought about how he will celebrate winning the triumph, and revealed that his intention is to spend 2 days with his family in the Netherlands, regardless of what happens at Portman Road and the King Power Stadium. Asked if he is planning to celebrate winning the title in his first season at Anfield, the Dutchman said, "At this moment in time, nothing at all. I'm only thinking about trying to win a game of football against Leicester, and then we have 2 days off, so I will go back to Holland on Monday. That's what my life is. First, let's win on Sunday and see how things will work out. Right now, the plan is to go to Holland on Monday and Tuesday and be back here for Wednesday. Should Arsenal win their next 2 league games, including Crystal Palace at the Emirates on Wednesday and Liverpool defeat Leicester, Slot's team can seal the title by beating Tottenham in front of an Anfield crowd next Sunday." Asked if he'd considered the prospect of winning the title imminently, the Reds boss replied, "The honest answer is no. I'm not sure you believe me, but that is the honest answer. My whole life, I'm living in the moment, in the day, and I'm not looking backwards a lot, and I'm not looking forwards a lot. Because it's the type of person that I am not constantly looking back at what I have achieved at former clubs. That is also so difficult in football. People constantly tell you, try to enjoy it, try to enjoy the whole journey. But the only thing you are thinking about as a manager is, oh, at the weekend there is a game coming up as well and we need to win that and we need to win the next and we need to win the next. So maybe that's one of the reasons, because I'm already so long in football, that you get used to the fact of living day by day and trying to influence day by day." Arne Slot has denied that Darwin Nunez clashed with a member of Liverpool's coaching staff during training last week, which resulted in him being snubbed from the matchday squad that beat West Ham at Anfield. The Uruguayan has not been a guaranteed starter throughout the campaign, but to not even make the 20-man squad that feature in a Premier League game was headline-worthy. Nunez's future has been very much under the spotlight as he continues to struggle for consistency. There are rumours of a summer exit for the former Benfica man, who remains the club's most expensive signing. But Slot insists he wasn't overlooked for selection, for reportedly having words with a member of the coaching staff, which resulted in him leaving a training session. Nunez will travel to Leicester with Slot, claiming he was simply not feeling himself last week. The Dutchman said he didn't feel himself the day before the match, and he went inside, and he wasn't able to be part of the team the day after. The Liverpool manager was then asked if he had words with a staff member, to which Slot replied, "No, he didn't. He did leave the pitch because he didn't feel himself." Nunez has only started 8 times in the Premier League, but has featured 42 times in all competitions. In that time, he's managed to return just 7 goals with his finishing in front of goal, still a major work on for the Uruguayan, who was called out by his manager after missing glorious chance against Aston Villa. Slot has criticised Nunez for his work rate against Wolves and Villa in February. He said after the stalemate at Villa Park, "What was a bit harder for me to accept was his behaviour after that chance. I think it got too much in his head, where he wasn't the usual Darwin that works his off and makes sure he helps the team." Nunez has been linked with a move to Saudi Arabia, which could prove lucrative for the Reds and help them cut their losses should they choose to cash in. The Liverpool manager made few changes to the squad in his first summer at the helm, but has confessed new energy would prove beneficial. He said, "I think the core of the team you want to keep as long as you can together, as long as they are performing in the best possible way. But it is also in general good to have some new energy in and around the place with 1 or 2 players. That I agree on. But it isn't really a necessity when you look at the quality we have and the quality of the season we have had." Hindsight is a wonderful thing. But Ruud van Nistelrooy spoke way too soon when he questioned Cody Gakpo's move to Liverpool. It was just 6 games into the Dutch forward's time at Anfield when Van Nistelrooy said Gakpo got it wrong by picking Liverpool over Manchester United. Maybe it was his loyalty to his former club, but it was weird then. It's very wrong now. Gakpo didn't set the world alight initially when he left PSV, where Van Nistelrooy was his manager, to move to Liverpool in January 2023. The Reds were struggling in one of their worst seasons under Jurgen Klopp, but there were reasons for it, and Gakpo's signing was part of the German manager's refresh of his squad. He just arrived a little earlier. That was because Liverpool knew United were sniffing around the player. Van Nistelrooy knew that too. He wanted Gakpo to join United. He said Gakpo wanted to join United, but he signed for Liverpool. As far as I know, Gakpo has always dreamed of playing for Manchester United, and he was in talks with Erik ten Hag since August, Van Nistelrooy said in February 2023. I also wanted him to play for United, but the club didn't make an offer in January. When I heard about Liverpool, I discussed it with him and told him to wait until the summer. Gakpo talked with Van Dijk in the last few days, and he convinced him. Manchester United is a club that has always believed in young players, and their Gakpo would find the right spaces to grow, especially when there are midfielders like Fernandes or Casemiro in the team today. But now things are different. Liverpool is not having a good season, and this has consequences, because I know it very well, and everyone will be affected. Van Nistelrooy will go up against his former player this weekend when Liverpool head to Leicester City. The fact it is a game which could secure the Reds the Premier League title proves to Gakpo that he made the right decision and that Van Nistelrooy's words were not so wise. Of course, it's easy to pick them apart now. Back then, it did look like Ten Hag was turning United back into a top team, but they soon went in the opposite direction. Coincidentally, it did start to unravel when they got stuffed 7-0 at Anfield by Liverpool a few weeks later. Gakpo scored twice that day. The Dutch forward may have been a success at Old Trafford, but given the changes there since then, it would not have been easy. Instead, he is flourishing at Anfield under a bald Dutchman, but it is Arneslot and not Ten Hag. He has 16 goals this season for the Reds, but if he gets more on Sunday to put Liverpool one step closer to the title and potentially relegated Leicester, Van Nistelrooy really will be wishing he joined United. Arneslot has refused to comment on the future of Liverpool star Trent Alexander-Arnold, but admitted he is nearing a return for the Reds after returning to training. The Anfield vice-captain has been out of action since February with an ankle injury. Alexander-Arnold could be in the final months of his Liverpool career, with his contract set to expire at the end of the season. The 26-year-old is widely expected to join Real Madrid in the summer, after the La Liga giants attempted to prize him away from Merseyside in January. Liverpool head coach Slot has steered clear of commenting on the fullback's plans, however, and has no intention of speaking on Alexander-Arnold's future until it is decided. The Dutchman suggested it is no yet, despite Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah both having signed contract extensions. Slot cautiously claimed that Alexander-Arnold could be among the substitutes against Leicester this weekend. The Dutchman is happy with the academy product's commitment. No, I think you would be surprised if I answered differently to the rest of the season, Slot said in his press conference. It is for hours the same answer: we don't talk about these things when they are not done, and they are not. Trent is coming back from injury and trained with us this week. He has shown his commitment, and he shows me what a player he is when he is on a pitch, and how much he works hard to be back with the team and the fans of LFC. Everyone who watches football knows he is an incredible fullback for this club, so let's see what the future brings. Trent is not ready to start, but if things go well today and tomorrow, he might be on the bench. First session with the team was Weds, so not able to start, but let's see if he can join us. Would be nice if he is with us. Slot was happier to comment on Van Dijk after he signed a new 2-year deal. It tells you that we want to keep our best players, the ones who have had great seasons for so many years, said Slot. That we are able to keep them as free agents tells you the ambitions we have for the coming years. Virgil is so important to us. Great personality and great player. He continued, "It's difficult to describe. You know how important he is when you see him play. Everyone has complimented him over the years as a defender. I mostly watch football and look at possession. He is so good at bringing it out from the back. The diagonal passes, the through ball, the leader he is. That is something I haven't worked with before. the energy he brings to the team, how professional he is and how he tries to help his teammates.